we are going to learn about the continents of the world. So what is a continent? A continent is a large mass of land. The world has 7 continents. So, how many continents are in the world? Yeah, 7. The names of the 7 continents are North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, and Antarctica. So, if you're ready, let's learn the continents one by one. The first continent we're going to learn about today is North America. North America is at the top left corner of most world maps. And North America is the 3rd largest continent. It's a pretty big continent. And it's interesting, North America has all of the major biomes, including deserts, grasslands, forests, aquatic, and tundra. A biome is a type of habitat, a natural environment for all living things. Oh wait, hold on a second. Okay. Remember, North America is at the top left of the world map. The next continent we're going to learn about is South America. South America is at the bottom left corner of most world maps, just below North America. South America is the 4th largest continent. That means it's a medium-sized continent. Brazil is the largest country in South America. It is more than half the size of the whole continent. You can see Brazil is colored green on this map. Brazil is so big it's almost the size of the United States of America. South America is home to the Amazon River. Only the Nile River in Africa is longer than the Amazon. The Amazon River is incredible. Remember, South America is at the bottom left of the world map. The next continent we're going to talk about is Europe. Europe is at the top middle of most world maps. Europe isn't a very big continent. In fact, Europe is the 2nd smallest continent. And it's interesting, Europe is the only continent that does not have a desert biome. Remember, biome is a habitat, an environment for living things. Forests were the main biome of Europe. 80% of Europe was once covered in forest, but sadly, now only 3% of Europe is covered in forest because so many of the trees have been cut down. Remember, Europe is at the top middle of the world map. The next continent we're going to talk about is Africa. Africa is easy to find on the map because Africa is right in the middle of most world maps. Africa is the second largest continent. Africa is huge. While in many continents, much of the population are in urban areas, the majority of people living in Africa live in rural areas instead of cities. And this is interesting, with 54 countries, more than a quarter of all the countries in the world are in Africa. Remember, Africa is in the middle of the world map. The next continent we're going to talk about is Asia. Asia is at the top right of most world maps. Asia is the largest continent. It's even larger than Africa. It's the biggest continent in the world. Asia has more people living there than any other continent. Over 4.2 billion people live in Asia. So not only is Asia the largest continent, but it also has the most people. Asia is at the top right of the world map. Alright, now it's time to talk about the next continent, Australia. Australia is at the bottom right corner of most world maps. Australia is the smallest continent. Australia also has the fewest countries, just one country. Can you guess what the country is? Yeah, the country of Australia. This is interesting. In the continent of Australia, there are more sheep than people. Tons and tons of sheep. Australia is also home to many unique animals, like kangaroos and koalas. Remember, Australia is at the bottom right of the world map. Our last continent is Antarctica. Antarctica is at the very bottom of most world maps. Antarctica is the least populated continent. Antarctica receives visitors, but has 0 permanent residents. That means no one lives there full time. Antarctica is the only continent completely covered in ice. That means the only biome that Antarctica has is the tundra biome. Remember, Antarctica is at the bottom of the world map. You've done such a great job. Now it's time to put you to the test and see how much you learned. We're going to play a quick game called Name the Continent, where you're going to see the continent on the map and you're going to tell us which continent you think it is. Here's the first one. Look at the yellow region. Which continent is that? You can see the 7 choices. Just go ahead and say it out loud. Yeah, it's Asia. How about this one? Which continent is the yellow region? It's right in the middle of the map. Yeah, it's Africa. Alright, now look at the continent colored yellow in this one. It's way at the bottom right corner of the world map. Which continent is it? Alright, Australia. How about this one? Look at the yellow region. It's way at the bottom on this one. Which continent is it? Do you have an idea? Yeah, Antarctica. Here's another one. Look at the yellow continent. Which continent is it? Uh-huh. It's South America. Great job. Here's another one. Which continent is the yellow continent? It's in the top middle of the map. Yeah, it's Europe. Here's our final one. Look at the yellow continent. Which continent is it? Yes, North America. Awesome job. Awesome job. Well, that's all for the continents. We appreciate you playing the game with us and learning with us. And next time somebody asks you about the continents, you'll know all 7 of them.